What's up, guys? It's all about football world. Today we're going to be discussing German domination, things like Suarez biting players, and things like, well, player discussions. We have a good player, Marco Reus. Who is Marco Reus? We'll have Louis discussing that with us. Then we have Robin van Persie. Arsenal have to clap him on. Surely that's going to be a big thing. And then last but not least, Louis' player comparisons. And joining me today will be my fantastic colleagues, Louis and Sam. Well, JB's not with us today. You know, he was at Anfield trying to get an interview with Suarez. He got bitten, unfortunately, so he won't be here this week. But let's talk about German domination right now. Let's put it this way. England dominated for a certain period. Spain dominated for a certain period. Germany's coming now, and they're coming hard. Bayern Munich and Dortmund flying their flag. Louis, what do you think about this German domination?
Oh yes, Hayden, Germany, the German teams are really showing the Spanish teams and the English teams who's boss. I mean, Germany, the power shift is definitely heading towards Germany. Bayern Munich have been quite a powerhouse for the past few years, just a bit unlucky, losing semi-finalists, losing finalists 2 years in a row, and they've always been a big powerhouse. But I think now, with Bayern and Borussia Dortmund, they're really flying the German flag high. Spain and England should really be scared.
Yeah, Louis, yeah. But what I want to know from Sam is, why do you think that the German teams are dominating now? What is the reason behind it?
These two German teams have been ploughing through. We've got Dortmund and Bayern Munich, and Dortmund haven't lost a single match in the Champions League. It's absolutely amazing. Their teams are strong and solid. Their management's also solid. They're not like the English teams where they like changing up their managers all the time. They stick with a manager and then they plough through all their games.
Well, we see that a good Audi is Bayern Munich and a good BMW is Borussia Dortmund. Those two teams are fantastic and they look to take it really forward, hey? But let's change the topic. Luis Suarez biting players, known as the cannibal of Ajax. Guys, your comments on this man?
I do not accept this. I mean, football players do not bite each other. I mean, who does he think he is? A Mike Tyson, a boxer? If he wants to box, he can get off the field, quite honestly.
You know, I've never seen Suarez boxing before, but I'm sure he'll be just as good as Tyson. But the fact is he bit someone, and a 10-match ban does not warrant what he did. The fact is Jermaine Defoe got away scot-free. No ban, the referee actually saw the incident, and it's the same, where English players get off a lot easier than foreigners, and it's unacceptable that you target the player rather than the incident. Yeah, hey.
But yeah, Hayden, you have to look at both sides of the story, eh? Suarez has done this before. He did it at Ajax a few years ago, and he got an 8-match ban. He got 2 more matches now. What's the difference? I mean, you can't bite people. Sam is right. You can't bite people.
Yeah, you see, I mean, just because he's done it before, I mean, that's why there's a 10-match ban now. It's because hasn't he learned? Is he a child? Does he have a child's brain where he can't even understand not to do it again?
Or does he have a brain at all?
You know what, I thought Ivanovic looked like a fairly good meal that day, and Suarez really, with a set of teeth like that, you wonder, why not bite people? No, I'm just playing. We mustn't forget that the man is quality and what he's brought to England. You know, he's really got dazzling feet, he brings it, he's got the best turn in the world for me. He's not far off the top players in the world, and England, to lose him would be really unfortunate to what he brings, despite his controversial ways. Next up, we have Robin van Persie, and going to Arsenal with the clap-off. Sam, what do you think?
Oh, Van Persie, what a wonderful player. As we all know, he scored a hat-trick against Aston Villa on Monday, winning his team a 20th league title. And this weekend, he's returning to the Emirates, playing against his old team, Arsenal. Arsenal are going to clap the team onto the pitch. I'm not sure how the fans will feel about that. I think there's going to be a bit of a raucous going in the crowd there, but very excited for this match. I mean, it's going to be one of the big ones.
And to round off with Robin van Persie taking the top goal scorer as well, he will be unthreatened as Luis Suarez, his only threat, we can say, has been banned. So technically, congratulations to Van Persie on his golden boot in advance. And to move on, we are in player discussions right now, and today we will be discussing Marco Reus. Who is this man? Louis will be discussing it with us today.
Oh wow, Hayden, Marco Reus, that player just gets me excited, eh? He's such an exceptional talent. I mean, he's a German first team player now, German international, and he's only 22, only just turned 22 actually. And wow, he's exciting. He's one of those modern type playmakers like your Mesut Ozils. He's such a nice, energetic, hard-running. He's just one of those players you need in the team. He's one for the future, definitely. He's definitely been very, very good this season because Dortmund haven't lost a game the entire season, and Marco Reus can easily put his hand up and say, I've contributed to that majorly.
Mm-hmm. Louis, I like what you have to say about Marco Reus. Really is a fantastic German talent. Altogether, he's a brilliant player and one for the future. The first time I actually saw Marco Reus was for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he was a youngster, and he came through a pre-season match against Liverpool, and wow, he came off the bench and really showed Liverpool what's what, and where he is today is a tribute of what he's done. And last but not least, Louis' player comparisons. We're so excited, aren't we, guys? Today it's Jack Wilshere versus Tom Cleverley. Who comes out tops?
This week's player comparisons are very exciting. We've got two exciting English players, Tom Cleverley from Man United and Jack Wilshere. Good players, or above average in their age group. They're the cream of the crop, if you put it that way. But I must say, Jack Wilshere has been unfortunate with injuries. I mean, he had a year-long injury 2 seasons ago, and he's been out for a while. But I must say, he's been back with a bang this season, and he's been the sole instigator of that Arsenal midfield. Tom Cleverley, excellent technique. I think he's the future of England. Just a bit unlucky with the team selection at Man United because he comes into a team where people like Michael Carrick and Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs will always be preferred over youngsters. But whenever he gets a chance to play, he shines. He is a shining star. Tom Cleverley, good player.
I have to agree there. But even though he is the youngster of the team, he's got a good relationship with Carrick and his partnership in the field and stuff. He's a very good guy, a very good player. Yeah.
I see both players both benefited from a loan move away from their clubs as youngsters. Jack Wilshere went to Bolton and Tom Cleverley went to Wigan Athletic, and I think they both really benefited from it. Now you see they come back into the first team fold. Jack Wilshere to me is more of a captain's figure. He's more of a leader. Tom Cleverley possibly the better player. For me myself, Jack Wilshere definitely is a leader of men and goes forward, drags his team forward. Tom Cleverley, more of a skillful team player. And I think that for England, I think they're both essential. They'll both make the England team in the future. When you see your Lampards, your Gerrards, they're falling away, you need those two to fill the void.
Definitely.
And you need a captain of the future of England. So, it just depends on what you prefer.
Yeah. And Jack Wilshere has already even been labelled as a future England captain because Hayden is right, he drags the team. He's got a lot of characteristics of a Steven Gerrard, of a John Terry, the typical Englishman captain, And yeah, Tom Cleverley technically is better.
Yeah, he's going to be a great asset to the England midfield, which we know have had a little bit of problems, but I think with Cleverley it might actually be structured enough for Brazil.
I think that Jack Wilshere is fortunate enough to play in an Arsenal team because Arsenal don't have strong people in that position, and well, in the past they have, not right now, so he's very lucky that he gets to play every game when he is injury free. So I think this week, guys, if we tally up a vote, we went to 2-1 and we decided that the winner is
Tom Cleverley. I mean, it says it all, the name says it all. I mean, Tom is cleverer than Jack.
Yes.
But yeah, in all fairness, he's an exceptional talent. He's technically excellent, and he's got a good attitude. He's got that Man United blood in him. That's disciplined, hardworking,
always wanting to
team
win.
player. Yeah,
That drive.
That drive, And maybe Jack Jack is not too far off him, but we'll give it to Tom Cleverley.
You know, another discussion for another week is probably like Jack Wilshere and Tom Cleverley. Would they do better in outside of England? You know, just
Yeah,
otherwise we conclude.
Tom Cleverley.
Thank you for watching All About Football World. I really enjoyed it with my cast here, Louis and Sam. Unfortunately, JB wasn't here this week, as we said in the beginning of the episode. However, we have got an update on his health. He is going to be here next week. This is episode 5. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And All About Football World. See you again.